Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Lauren Duda, part of the partner marketing team here at Couchbase. We're so excited to have you here today to introduce to you our new partner program, which is called PartnerEngage. And we've got Matt McDonough in the room, who is our VP of Business Development. Matt will be walking us through everything that we need to know about what's happening, how it's going to affect you, and what happens next. With that, I'm going to turn things over to Matt. Matt, take it away.
Great. Thank you, Lauren, and thanks everyone for having me today. Happy to talk about all the great things that we have coming this year. So there's really 5 parts to the agenda today. I'm going to take about 30 minutes, and then we'll do 30 minutes to present, and then we'll do a Q&A afterwards. So think about what questions you have. We'll talk about how the Q&A works when the formal presentation is complete. So 5 parts of the agenda. The first part, I'm going to talk about the rise of the engagement database, give you a little bit more detail about, what is the engagement database and why partners should care. So some of you are familiar with, how we message Couchbase, but for those of you that aren't, or those of you that are ready for a refresh, I'll spend a few minutes on that. So most of you probably know who Couchbase is if you're on this call, but I'll spend a couple minutes sort of recapping Couchbase as a company, and then I'm going to jump into the partner program, to talk to you about what are the new components, what are the benefits of requirements, and then wrap up with what's coming next, what to expect next with our program here. All right, so first off, we talked about how Couchbase is the data platform revolutionizing digital innovation. I'm going to talk about how embracing the engagement database enables you to increase your relevance with customers. There's multiple market transitions in global business that have helped to lead to the idea of the engagement database. And this is really a critical enabling technology helping customers to address these transitions. So to talk about a few of these that are relevant, half of the S&P 500 has disappeared in the past 15 years. As you can see here, digital transformation innovation has become a dedicated effort for the majority of global 500 firms. Consumers have come to expect great service and a great experience engaging their providers. If they don't get it, they're going to go somewhere else. And customer experience is becoming more and more critical. By 2020, it's expected that it will overtake price and product as a key brand differentiator. Ultimately, as you see, the IDC has pointed out there's a huge market around companies investing in digital transformation, and we're seeing is the limits from legacy systems have often caused these projects to fail, which puts Couchbase and our partners collectively in a great position to succeed in this new era. On the technology side, we also see several key transitions that are relevant. More workloads are moving to the cloud. A huge increase in interactions, such as browsing the internet for your next vacation over transactions, the purchase of a trip. The latter is really what legacy infrastructure was designed to address. It's critical that all data is available whenever and wherever it's needed. Other factors include a massive increase in smartphone use, intelligent tools for improving customer experience, and ongoing security concerns around all these critical systems. The relevance for partners is about working with an engagement database like Couchbase, which is in front of these business and technology market transitions. Here's a great example that relates to the point on the previous slide. Think about the many places you visit online before you buy, which is the actual money changing hands, the transactions. This happens significantly less often than the actual browsing you do, the interactions. And these interactions are how and where an engagement database comes into play. The more rewarding those interactions, the better the customer experience, and the more likely that they result in actual transactions. From a market opportunity perspective, you can see that the market around data platform analytics is growing rapidly. Even when you look at the right side of the chart, which is where Couchbase plays today, the web, mobile, and IoT space, we're still looking at nearly an $11 billion market by 2021, growing at a compound annual growth rate of nearly 40%. So by working with Couchbase, you can expand your footprint and tap into this exciting market opportunity. So at the start of the session, we touched on this idea of the engagement database, and also that so many digital transformation projects are failing due to legacy systems. So why is that? Well, one of the key reasons is that customers have been trying to take their traditional legacy transactional databases and then stretch them into this new world despite the advances around analytical databases and the intelligence they deliver. The traditional approach has proven to be inflexible, costly, and really unable to deliver the richer experiences that today's consumers demand around their interactive experiences. Most of these systems were built well before the web, mobile, and IoT workloads even existed. So another approach that's been taken is to take other technologies and solutions and then layer around the existing infrastructure, resulting in point solutions everywhere, commonly known as database sprawl. So you may have some caching technology, maybe a key value store, maybe a dedicated search engine or a mobile embedded database. The reality is many of these many people have attempted to add new functionality through point solutions at the expense of manageability, agility, and ultimately customers' experience. So database sprawl is where many customers are today. Our belief is there's a better answer. And that's really what the engagement database is all about. We believe there's a place for an integrated data platform that delivers exceptional customer experiences while simultaneously accelerating innovation and reducing complexity. So you'll notice that it's positioned as complementary to the existing transactional infrastructure and the evolving analytical workloads. We continue to believe that transactional databases will exist for a long, long time, much as mainframes have existed in the modern computing age. But the jobs they can continue to do will be narrowly confined. It's really becoming the last mile of the journey, and for some organizations, no longer the focus of their data evolution. It's really no longer the priority for their organization. So what are the key attributes of the engagement database, the key factors? It needs to be cloud native with seamless data distribution, flexible data locality, built-in recovery. It needs to provide a local embedded database that can automatically synchronize changes and with the cloud database to all the associated edge devices. It needs to support offline first apps. Have a clear understanding that apps are often being used where you don't necessarily have a reliable internet connection, like the factory floor or a sports stadium. It needs built-in smarts by supporting things like full-text search, real-time analytics, integrating with big data platforms and technologies to perform offline and real-time analysis of operational data. It needs to be built for change at scale with flexible schema and simple elastic scalability to respond to rapidly changing business requirements. With its built-in fault tolerance, the engagement database delivers consistent high performance to get data where you need it, when you need it. And with the engagement database, you get secure data everywhere, over the wire, on the device, in the cloud, and in the data center. So Couchbase offers the world's first engagement database built on the most powerful NoSQL technology in the market today. There's three key reasons why Couchbase can claim this, giving Couchbase and our partners a competitive advantage in the market. So number one, we have unsurpassed agility and flexibility, combining the power of NoSQL, which is our familiar SQL-like query language, with JSON and its flexible document data schema. Number two, unparalleled performance at scale. Accomplishing one without the other is relatively easy, but delivering both of these simultaneously at scale is seriously challenging. And number three, the easiest platform to manage. Our customers tell us one of the reasons they've switched from other NoSQL databases to Couchbase is because of this core issue. So not to get too deep into the technology, but I'm going to spend a minute here on the Couchbase data platform itself for those of you that aren't familiar. So it's really designed to enable customers to develop with agility at scale. If you look at the middle here, this is the core database engine. It's built with several core principles, network centricity, elastically scalable, memory-first architecture, one that moves data and manages data without you having to intervene. On top of that, you have multiple data access patterns available, key value, query through NoSQL, full text search, insight with analytics, all without having to move the data to some external system. And all of this is from the cloud to the edge. This is where we have our mobile capability. Customers can move data all the way from their data center to their edge devices. We surround this with a unified programming model, which is really critical to the simplicity of development. especially when dealing with multiple APIs and access patterns underneath. And finally, we have a robust cross-stack security. It's not enough to just provide encryption at rest or just provide authentication to the database. A true platform must provide comprehensive security at all layers of the stack. And we have integrations with the broader technology ecosystem, especially around SQL and big data. We know that Couchbase is not the only piece of technology in the customer's environment. And so connecting to systems like Kafka, Spark, Hadoop, and even Oracle is a very important part of making it easy for customers to use Couchbase. And of course, this is supported across a multitude of infrastructures from physical to virtual, cloud, and even containers. And we work with the largest enterprises across many major industries. You can see a sampling of these today, just to highlight a few of them. We work with 3 of the top 3 global travel distribution systems, 3 of the top 3 credit reporting companies, 6 of the top 10 broadcast companies, and many others. So some of you have asked about sort of what are the business outcomes that Couchbase solves. So we studied hundreds of our customers to deeply understand the key business outcomes we were solving for them. And what we found was that we have customers solving 3 main problems. So one is improving customer experience engagement. Another one was faster innovation and time to market. A third one was reducing infrastructure and operations costs. And so, a comment on this too for all of our partners. We have a playbook available as part of our new sales accreditation path that goes into detail on these different business outcomes, so you can dive in more and understand these and figure out how you can incorporate these into your own sort of customer engagements and customer focus. So these are the core issues that we've seen, and the specific use cases examples. This is just a sampling of what we offer up as part of our playbook. So there's an IDC white paper that was published last year that's also very useful. So you can see, measurable ROI is obviously a top issue for our customers. So we had IDC commissioned a study to look at a bunch of Couchbase customers to study the value of the engagement database and the impact to customers. So you can see some of the highlights here. Over 5 years, customers saw nearly a 300% ROI, almost 15% lower database costs, and 40% faster response time. You can find this resource on IDC.com, our Couchbase website, or if you have an existing partner, you have access to our partner portal. We have that resource there for you as well. So we discussed how working with Couchbase can help you stay relevant, competitive, and differentiated. But obviously, the real reason you build new practices or integrate new technologies is to grow your business. So let's talk about how you can leverage this huge market opportunity and grow your business along with it. Speaking with partners, they conveyed several core opportunities to us that were highlighted here. So first, services sold with Couchbase have delivered 5 to 10x the Couchbase subscription. I'll talk about some of the services that we see most common in a little bit. This is a land and expand opportunity. Our partners and us have seen significant expansion from initial new customer deals to new business applications and use cases over the following years. This is an annual subscription, repeatable margin opportunity that delivers a sustainable cash flow. And then finally, as we're going to talk about today, as a Couchbase partner, you receive a bunch of attractive incentives and benefits, bigger discounts, joint marketing opportunities, training, and much more that we think will help you further grow your business moving forward with Couchbase. So thanks for your patience going through sort of our Couchbase message. I know some of you are familiar with that. Hopefully it was a relatively quick recap of that message. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking about Couchbase and why we're a valuable ally for partners focusing on these digital transformation initiatives. And I also want to take a couple minutes to tell you a bit more really about who Couchbase is as a company. And so obviously this is familiar, but I'll move relatively quickly. So first off, Couchbase has been around for about 7 years, very well funded, at scale, focused on digital transformation, and as we talked about, the creator of the world's first engagement database. We have some of the leading investors in the market are backing Couchbase, Excel, Mayfield, and many others. Couchbase has offices around the world. This may not be, a lot of our partners may not be aware of this, but we have offices around the world, and we're seeing rapid employee expansion across these different sites. Not only sales offices, but also distributed, R&D facilities that help us continue to grow and deliver a differentiated product. And as previously discussed, we're publicly referenced by some of the world's greatest companies. So in terms of our offerings, Couchbase is a software company, obviously, not a services company. We have an open source company. This has allowed us to be accessible for anyone that wants to create these amazing customer experiences. For our enterprise customers specifically, we offer additional features and functionality across our data platform via a subscription license. We also do offer some professional services and training, which are available for our partners to resell or use in-house at a discount. But as I mentioned, with professional services, we have a limited capacity in-house, so we primarily rely on partners, and for some of these services, exclusively rely on partners. From the training perspective, we have free online training, as well as a variety of hands-on training options at a reasonable fee. And while we also rely on partners to help extend our internal training capacity, in some cases provide local language support. So you can see a quick highlight on some of these professional services. These are some of the things that we see most common that customers are interested in. So hopefully that background was useful. So now I want to spend the next bulk of the next 10-15 minutes walking through PartnerEngage, our new partner program that we're officially launching actually next Tuesday. So we're giving you guys a little bit of a preview of what we are going to formally announce next week. So we've named it PartnerEngage. We want to ensure our joint customers are successful, driving incredible experiences for their end users while we work together with our partners to drive new joint opportunities. We want to design a program, as you'll see, that allows great opportunities for growth and where it's relatively simple for a partner to get started and get familiar with Couchbase. So there's two partner types that we're focused on. So first, solution partners, and the second one is technology partners. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on defining what a solution partner is. You guys are probably all familiar with these different types, so I'll roll through this. But this is where we bucket, resellers, partners that are referring opportunities, systems integrators, those who are, offering up different services options. They all fit in this solution partner bucket, and we have our programs built to address and support what we think are the needs and requirements of these partner types. And then, of course, we work very closely with a broad set of technology partners. So whether it be ISVs or hardware partners that are connecting or integrating with Couchbase, or sell solutions that complement Couchbase, or the public cloud and private cloud technology partners and ecosystem tools that are so core to Couchbase. Here's a quick sample of some of the technology partners that we work with today and what categories we have integrations or connectors. We see a ton of opportunity to expand this ecosystem and really also within a given sort of bucket or column here, an opportunity for partners that are willing to invest to build differentiated offerings with Couchbase. We want to work very closely with those partners that are willing to spend the time and money and invest with us. So here's just a sample. By the way, this is not inclusive of all partners that we work with, so apologize if we haven't called someone out specifically here. All right, so the other key component here is the partner tiers. So we have two partner tiers that we're rolling out as part of the program. So one is a registered partner, another one is advanced. You can see the logo badges available for partners in those categories. So obviously we're focused on working most closely with those that want to progress to the advanced partner levels and are willing to fulfill the commitments and requirements of that partnership level. And so just, this is probably not rocket science here, but we have the registered, pretty basic access, also very low bar to kind of enter, and then advanced premium partners get dedicated resources for training, joint planning, joint go-to-market efforts. I'll walk into a little bit more detail of what that looks like across both solution partners and the technology partner set. So the benefits and requirements of each of these. So solution partner benefits, first off, to start out. OpReg and the partner portal is available for all tiers. You can see some of the other benefits that are listed there. The key thing is with the advanced partners, they're eligible for lead generation program funds. We have more pre-sales and technical support. And as you can see here, a variety of other benefits that we're offering up to partners that are willing to invest to hit the advanced partner status. We also have a different set of requirements. I mentioned multiple times here, we're keeping the bar relatively low for a partner to get in and enter the Couchbase Partner Program and get familiar and learn. But for those that want to invest to be an advanced partner, there's additional requirements. A few that I wanted to point out, being able to help develop joint case study and reference assets. And very important is ensure they have accredited resources, both on the sales and technology side. We're rolling out these tracks for sales and technical resources, as we launch next week, and you'll get more details on that as we push forward. On the technology partner side, you'll see a lot of similar benefits and requirements. So just highlight again on the benefit side, technology partners that want to be referral partners are able to register opportunities. They have, I should say all partners, they have access to the resources available on our partner portal. But advanced partners are the ones that get the additional set of benefits, get pre-sales support, eligible for early access to our product beta program if that's interesting, and other items. And then on the requirement side, advanced partners, similar but maybe a little bit different than what we had for solution partners. The key things to highlight is, advanced partners really need to work with us to drive mutual demand. We want to work on joint marketing, joint go-to-market opportunities, and those that are willing to invest with us are the ones we're going to focus on. And a lot of this shows up with, hey, we've developed real value through joint case studies and joint assets like white papers, architectural mapping, solution briefings, those sort of things. So I covered the solution partners and technology partners benefits and requirements. So many of you are probably wondering, so where goes the money? How do I make money as part of this program? So we've developed competitive programs depending on whether you're wanting to refer opportunities or whether you want to resell Couchbase yourself. So first I'm going to spend a minute here on our resale program. So our resale program is focused on driving new business, and we've designed the program to reflect this strategy. You'll see a sizable upfront discount simply from registering opportunities. You can also see that advanced partners get an additional discount, and then also we have a promotion running through the end of January 2019. So an additional discount we're offering for all partner types through the end of basically the next 12 months. Partners are also eligible to resell our professional services and training and education, or receive a discount for their own internal use, as well as being eligible for renewals, assuming the customer is still engaged with you as a partner. That's the reseller program. On the referral side, so those partners that choose not to resell Couchbase but want to refer and receive a commission, so we're offering 8% on initial ACV plus any expansion that follows for 6 months post-transaction close. And we also offer referral commission for any professional services or training that the customer may want to purchase as well. So that's the overview of the program, the benefits, how you make money. So what are the next steps? Our tagline is obviously start a revolution. We envision that customers can start building these revolutionary customer experiences, and we have many proof points to show it, how they've done that with Couchbase and our partners. So we intend to offer the same sort of investment, the same sort of benefit, and make this a powerful partner program for all of you. So there's a few steps we ask you to take as we move forward. So number one is get skilled up, get trained. Number two, jump into our partner portal, start accessing the different resources we have. And then number three, register opportunities with us. So on the training side, give a few highlights here of what's available. So we have free online sales and technical resources that are available for those of you that are not already aware. It's a great way to get started, understand what Couchbase is all about, and there's quite a bit of detail there, pretty comprehensive sales and technical resources that allow you to get started, understand Couchbase, and take the first step. We also have a variety of free virtual classroom training, with hands-on lab provided to some select partners. Most of this is pay for a discount, but we do have a pretty comprehensive hands-on offering. We're going to provide a variety of regional webinar and boot camp updates this year. Our goal is to, in different regions, to be able to host partner days. So those of you that want to get some hands-on training, want to meet the partner team, want to meet our sales team, you have the opportunity to do that in region if you're not able to fly to our Couchbase Connect events that we'll host this year. And so you can enroll in training at training.couchbase.com if you want more information on that. I mentioned the partner portal a little bit. So we have a partner portal where all the different resources that we've published, including our pitch to customers, positioning briefs, data sheets, infographics, different sales tools, the sales playbook I mentioned, white papers, all these different resources that you can use and get access to and help you sort of build your story with Couchbase is all available. So please take a look at that. If you haven't already registered as a partner or you don't know about the partner portal, please reach out to partners@couchbase.com. We'll quickly get you access and get you the information that you need. And then finally, we mentioned this opportunity registration. Register opportunities, do it early. Get involved in the sales cycle. We're very excited to work with you. Our sales and technical resources are excited about this opportunity as well. So, and obviously we talked about it, but there's significantly better resale margins or referral fees if you do follow through this opportunity registration. So you can find our opportunity registration portal. It'll be open, I believe, next week. Is that correct, Lauren?
Yeah.
So next week, and you can start registering these opportunities, and it'll be available on the Couchbase Partners page. You can see the actual URL link here as well. All right, so what to expect next? So first, please ensure you've opted into our communications. Check that Couchbase is whitelisted from your company's IT department. Many of you probably do receive the communications already because you're on the call, but if you, for whatever reason, had a hard time getting information about this, please make sure Couchbase is whitelisted. Reach out to us if you're still having problems. We can check if we need to troubleshoot anything. Get access to the partner portal, partners@couchbase.com if you don't have access. Look at the online training. If you're interested in the advanced tier, if you're a registered partner and you want to move on to advanced, please contact us. We'd be happy to work with you on the requirements to move to that next step. And then I wanted to share this sort of view. This is what we've seen as sort of the best practice for onboarding different partners. Some of you are, in different stages of being onboarded. Some of you are deeply working with us today, and we have tons of business happening on a quarterly basis. Some of you are just getting started. So, we follow, a variety of steps to get you up to speed. There, as I mentioned, we either do, in person, or over the phone sort of enabling sessions, deep dives, use case workshops. In some cases, we'll point you to a free online training to get this information. Step 2 here, you see we have self-paced online classroom and hands-on classroom training. We also, for a certain set of partners, do pre-sales ride-alongs and professional services ride-along certification for those of you that want to become partners at that level. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to have regular updates this year. We're going to have, partner summits at our Connect events. We're going to have regional partner boot camps throughout the year as well. So please look out for those, and we're excited to kind of continue to push this forward. All right, so that was, as I mentioned, the 30 minutes of formal presentation material. Hopefully that wasn't too long and painful, but excited to, I think, now jump into any questions. Is that right, Lauren?
Yep, we'll be taking questions now. So for all of you, we encourage you to go into the Q&A section of your viewer. Excuse me, I've got a little cough today. And go ahead and type in any questions that you've got, and we'll go ahead and address those here for you. We do have one where Vikram's interested in getting the free sales and technical training link, and we will be making these slides available to you, Vikram, on the partner portal, and it does have that link to the training area, which is basically training.couchbase.com, so you can go ahead and actually enroll for online training that way, and we also will have information for you on how to do that in the portal. Worst case, you can go ahead and reach out to partners at Couchbase, and we can make sure that you have what you need to get started. So one of the questions that came up was, when does this all go live? I don't know that we really called that out.
Yeah, so no, absolutely. So I mentioned we were giving you guys a preview of this. We're going to be announcing this to the public next Tuesday, the 25th. Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little more aggressive. I think
we're excited, though.
Yeah, we're excited. So I guess next Thursday we're announcing this to the public. But a lot of these resources that I mentioned are already available. I think the opportunity registration, new opportunity registration portal that we have, that is going to go live next week. So it's not there today, but that's one of the exceptions. But yeah.
Yeah, and that opportunity registration form is really easy. As Matt said, it's just on the Become a Partners page, which you can navigate to right from the home page of Couchbase. You'll see an area called Partners, and then Become a Partner, and in that area you'll find this new opportunity registration form. And yeah, that should be available on the day that we launch on the 25th. Here's another really good question. Will I be required to sign a new contract with this program?
Yeah, that's actually an excellent question. So we have developed some new contracts, and it's primarily for the purpose of streamlining, making this easier for our partners to get started and get signed up. But we are not going to require existing partners that have already signed up to our via reseller, referral partner, so on and so forth, to go back and sign new contracts. So if you're in the phase of, hey, you haven't quite signed up to be a partner yet, but you're interested, good news, because we're going to make it easier for you to do that. And if you're already an existing partner, there's really no action on your part. And
so this is a closely related question that we just got in as well, is are existing partners migrated over into the program?
Yes, existing partners are migrated. I think, it depends on, some of the partners have already met the commitments required to be an advanced partner, so some of them are migrated as advanced partners. Some are in registered partners, but obviously if you're a registered partner and you're excited to kind of get the benefits of the advanced status, and we're happy to work with you on that.
Yeah, and just if it wasn't clear in all the great content that Matt had, as everyone gets signed up for the program, if you're net new, you would just come in at that registered level, and then there's just a few key requirements to meet in order to move up. So it's we're trying to make it pretty easy for folks to sign on and join us and be able to continue to grow with us as you guys get deeper into your practices. Another one that's actually related to that is like, how do I move again from registered to advanced? I think you've mentioned it a couple of times, but I know it's something that people are interested in.
Yeah, so we'll share these slides. The requirements, I think, we've kind of laid out for both solution and technology partners. I think there's, for solution partners, obviously, I think the key things are probably around the accreditation side. Mm-hmm. And for technology partners, it's really around developing these joint assets and stuff like that, and really showing that commitment to the go-to-market. So, but we'll share the slides, and happy to work with you guys if you want to move to that advanced status.
Okay, great. And we're continuing to take questions for anybody else who might have any important things that they want to get addressed. Let's address how someone can get accredited. So we were talking a little bit about accreditations and the fact that those advanced tiers partners need to get that accreditation. Is there a charge for accreditation? And will there be anything along the lines of a certification at some point?
Yeah, let's jointly answer that question, Lauren. So first off, there is no charge for accreditation. We have 3 different tracks. So we have a sales accreditation track, and then we have 2 technical tracks. One is for sales engineers, solution engineers, and another one is for architects and developers. So we again, the bar is it's pretty low. You have to get a sales accredited resource and a technical accredited resource, depending on what your practice is like. We will be rolling out, hopefully this year, a formal hands-on certification That's not quite ready yet. So we're starting with sort of the accreditation, but we do have formal hands-on training available both to end customers and partners, that if you need that, if you're going to be doing something like professional services, obviously you're going to want to enroll in some hands-on training. We're happy to help point to where that is and help you get started. And in terms of the availability, where the accreditation is, you want to speak to that, Lauren?
Yeah, I think one of the easiest ways to start getting trained is literally just reach out to your contacts here. If you don't have a specific contact that you're working with yet, we encourage you to just reach out to Partners and say, hey, I want to get a couple folks in my organization trained up, and we can go ahead, find out what training path they want to be on, and send them a direct email that'll basically have all the steps and links to the courses. So it's actually very easy, but it's just easiest for us to know in advance who needs to be trained and what they need to be trained on. So you can always reach out to us at Partners and if you just want to take the initiative, again, training.couchbase.com, you can register there and start the process. But I also just wanted to call out the fact that we do have a program guide that will be available to you next week as well, and you'll find a lot of additional details on everything in the program in there, everything ranging from how many hours these accreditations run to what kinds of materials are available, and a little bit more on the requirements and benefits and all that good stuff. So rest assured, this won't be the only communication from us. We'll also roll out a broad communication to all of our partners on the day that we launch, with just a recap of all of the things happening around the launch, where to go for resources, that type of thing. So again, as Matt mentioned, opting in for the comms is really critical, because we want to make sure that we're in communication with you, and that as we reach out, you guys are able to receive the communications and know of any important changes or any great things that are happening on our side, so that we are staying aligned. Let's give it a couple more minutes for any final questions. Any other thoughts on your side of anything you might want to mention?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the partner portal is a key thing you mentioned in terms of, I think there's some awesome new content that has been built really geared towards partners. Mm-hmm. I think this program guide is pretty comprehensive for this new program, and definitely worth spending a few minutes to dive in and take a look at that. And again, obviously, if there's any questions, we're here to answer them. Please reach out to partners at couchbase.com, or reach out to any of us directly if you have contact information of us. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't see any final questions in the queue, so we can probably go ahead and give you some time back, everybody. We're so excited to have you on board and joining us through this very important milestone for Couchbase. We're thrilled to have you all as partners, and very excited for the future. I think it's going to be a great ride, and we're happy to have you on board. So thanks again for your partnership, and don't hesitate to reach out if you guys have any questions. With that, we'll go ahead and close things out. Have a fantastic day, everybody.